We're early August 2023 and I'm out here in the garden, and this is a bit of an impromptu video because I haven't got any equipment with me, so I'm just going to give you a quick walk around the garden. So it's been a busy year and the weather's been a bit strange, but I've managed to get quite a lot of stuff planted in the ground. So we've got the sunflowers there that you can see. Some of them are getting pretty big now. That one's about 8 foot, 7 or 8 foot. I haven't measured it yet. Not as good as last year, but still they're nice, and they might grow a bit bigger. The ones that haven't flowered yet. And we've got all the marigolds doing their job. The slugs love the marigold, so they're companion planted to deter the slugs, or attract the slugs to them rather than my fruit and veg. There's the strawberry patch there, that's all done now. You can see all the new growth, all the lighter green little leaves. And there is the occasional flower and the occasional strawberry that will still grow, but the main crop is completely finished now. We had quite a few, about 3 or 4 punnets worth at least. Then I kind of gave up harvesting them, and the slugs and stuff and the birds got them. So there's more strawberries down there. I did another 2 little rows. And some of these sunflowers are getting there. The other ones have started flowering. And that one there's not flowered yet, so I'm hoping that'll get a bit bigger. And we've got the pumpkin plants, and there was a couple of squash plants planted amongst that lot. So yeah, I haven't really had a rummage through to see what's going on under there, but I know there's at least one pumpkin hidden under here somewhere. Getting quite big now. There it is. And I haven't put anything underneath it yet, but I'm going to put one of them plant trays under it, or some straw or something. These marigolds are lovely, and the smell that comes off them is really nice. And they just keep flowering and getting bigger. And sometimes if you come out here you can see the slugs all over them, so they definitely do their job at attracting and deterring the slugs. Another sunflower there, that one's got to about, I would say about 6.5, 7 foot, not 8 foot like I said a minute ago. 7 footer. Another little one around there's flowering. That one's just starting to. So the second they start flowering, they're not going to get too much bigger. But this one hasn't started yet, so that one should get quite a bit bigger, hopefully. And that one. And then we've got, there's only 8 potato plants in here, believe it or not. And they're all flowering now. So they do flower, they're related to the tomatoes. So the top growth's very similar to tomatoes, but you can't eat the fruit. They're actually quite poisonous, I think. But they don't taste nice anyway, so I don't expect you to eat many of them. But once the flowers finish and they die back a bit, I'll be harvesting them. I could harvest them now. There will be potatoes under there, but if you let the cycle finish, the potatoes will get as big as they're going to get. But saying that, if you wanted some nice salad potatoes, you could pull them up whenever you want. And this is the area we planted recently, about three maybe 4 weeks ago now. So you can see how much that's grown. This sunflower's as tall as me, and no sign of a flower yet, so still growing. That one, these two, so doing well for sunflowers this year. And then the marigolds, all amongst them lot. They're all from the same seeds, or the seeds I saved last year, so but they do vary slightly. So it'd be interesting to save seeds from the nicest ones. And all the tomatoes in there, doing okay. There's a few bunches of tomatoes on there, but we haven't had a great year for tomatoes. The weather's just been too cold recently. But there is a few. A few more on there. They're the Romas, the plum tomatoes. And they're the Tigerella ones there. Just about make out the stripes that are starting to come. And that's the, if you remember the sweet potato slips that sprouted in my kitchen, and I put them in pots in the greenhouse for ages, and they all of a sudden they started growing, so I planted them out. They seem to be doing alright. Hello, Jasper. Don't sit on any more plants. What else was there in here? There was a couple of watermelon plants, but I don't think they're growing much. We haven't had the weather for them. It's just been too damp and too cold. There was a tiny one growing there, so we might be alright. Cucumbers didn't do much. They don't seem to like being in the ground here. Another potato plant started coming up there randomly. That's a cucumber plant there, doing slightly better, but still not looking great. It's actually got little cucumbers on it. Need to tie that up. The other one over there is probably the same. It's probably crawling along underneath there somewhere. Some more tomatoes in there. They look like the Romas again, the plum tomatoes. They're like elongated sort of shape. There's another watermelon plant. Again, not doing very well because it's just been too cold and wet for them. And the corn back there. It's doing alright, it's definitely growing. That under there was that Cape gooseberry. It's done lots of growing, but I haven't seen any flowers or fruit on it yet. We'll see, still plenty of time left. And there was a couple more cucumbers. They seem to be doing better up here. There's a cucumber there. Another one there coming. There's two different types. One was a standard market mall, and the other one was a type from Lidl's, like a German variety. Can't remember. But one was a small one was a big one. This is one of the squash plants. Got a few flowers coming on it. But again, no fruit yet. Hopefully we still have time. We've got at least another month and a half until it gets too cold. That's the Chinese wineberry. That's been doing well. There's one there pretty much ready. I haven't really tried these yet. Last year the birds got most of them. And this is the tomato planta that we made out of an old swinging chair. And there's lots of marigolds in there, as you can see. They're quite nice. If nothing else, they're nice and they attract the pollinators, all the bees and stuff. But there is 4 tomato plants in here amongst this lot. There's one here. This is Aroma. See the plum-shaped tomatoes. And there's another Aroma on there. Got a fair few on there, but not the best year for tomatoes. It's starting to get dark now, everyone, so I'll try and speed this up. But I just wanted to give you an update because I haven't done one for almost a month now, I think. These are all Roma tomatoes by the looks of it. I'm not sure what a plant is. I don't really keep track of it. I just kind of grow stuff and plant it. And the last one. So we've got not too bad for the tomatoes. There's plenty on there. And there was another tomato which actually I didn't plant, it just grew in this plant pot right at the edge there, so I left it alone. And it's actually done quite well. I've put this bamboo there just to hold it up. I can see flowers on it but no fruit yet, so we don't know what type it is yet. And it's sending up lots of suckers from down here. So with these you can actually snap them off, plant them in, and most of the time they'll grow. Or you can put them in a glass of water until they have roots. I have done that before, but they're so easy to grow from seed. It's kind of pointless unless you find yourself quite late on in the season, like now. You could probably get away with doing it and possibly still get a little harvest. Rhubarb's done well this year. We haven't harvested any. I've just let it grow and grow. And look how big these leaves have got now. So they might be interesting to like fill with concrete or something to make a bird bath or something. So if I do that, keep an eye out for that video. I've sorted out all this area recently. These are the currant bushes and there's the gooseberry in the middle. We had a fair few on there, but I didn't really get to harvest any of them before the birds got them. But at the end of the day, if we're feeding the birds with them, then that's fine. The gooseberries, I had a few off there, but wasps were on them, so I've got some footage of the wasps eating them, so I might put that in here. Okay, so I'll show you the rest of the fruit bushes. So that's the raspberry canes. Now they had loads of raspberries on, but the wasps and the birds ate most of them. So I know I should net things, but I don't really mind at the moment. They're in pots. So anyway, I left 5 canes on that, I think, this year, and I'll cut off the rest. This is the type of raspberry that grows on last year's canes. That's a grapevine there. That's done alright. Didn't have any grapes yet. Fruit trees behind there. Cherry tree there. And a plum tree. I'll take you around the other side in a minute, give you a better look. All doing really well. They're all in pots. The blueberry there. That was a tiny little thing last year. So no blueberries, but it's done lots of growing. So next year we should get a few. Hello again, Jasper. That goji berry there, we've had problems with that. It was completely infested with ants. It was growing really well, and it kind of died off a bit. I tipped the pot out and it was crawling with them. I think I've got a clip, I might put that in as well. But anyway, I upgraded the pot and it seems to be perking up again now. That's a pear tree. And the apple tree there. And we got 3 apples on this year. So I only got this tree last year, so I'm surprised there's any on it. But we've got 3. Considering it's in quite a small pot. It's been quite hard keeping on top of the watering. Not so much the past few weeks, but earlier on in the year we had about a month with no rain, so that's the cherry tree. I actually did a video when I planted that. That was a bare rooted tree a couple of years ago now. So if you've seen that video, that's that one. If not, you can go back and have a look at that. That's plum tree. That's grown loads this year. It must be about 9 foot high now. So I will need to prune that down because I want to grow this horizontally rather than vertically, because I can't reach the fruit up there. And the pear tree from the other side. We didn't get any fruit on this, but it's done lots of growing, so there's always next year. Okay, so I forgot to show you the stuff that I've been growing up the greenhouse here. So this one on the end is a kiwi vine. So I thought I'd grow it up the greenhouse because they like the heat and it should provide a bit of shade to things in the greenhouse. And the one in the middle there is my fig tree. One of them survived. I did have 2 about this size, but we had a very cold winter and one died. But this one's bounced back. So this year I'll probably put that in the greenhouse over winter. And there's a grapevine there which I've started training over the greenhouse as well. No grapes yet. And the raspberry cane there. And just another little sunflower. And since yesterday when I did the rest of this video, there's actually that big sunflower over there has come out, so I'll take you over there and show you that. Just go past this one again. It's quite a good sized head. Yeah, that one's come out now as well. Just a little at the moment. Try not to trample the potatoes. So that's come out. I'm not sure if it was out yesterday or I just didn't notice. And it's kind of got a leaf growing right through where the flower is, so that's that one. And there was a couple of tomato plants buried in here, which I also forgot to show you. There's one there. They're on these teepee bamboos. And there's tomatoes under here. A few. Not loads. And this is a tomato plant here as well. So yeah, they've done lots of growing here. And there's some tomatoes. Hopefully you can make them out on the video. Anyway, so I just thought I'd show you them before I finish editing this video. So that's the veg garden, or the garden. It's not just vegetables. Got lots of trees and other shrubs and stuff as well. So